The manhunt is on. The most high-profile illegal migrant sex offender in Britain has been accidentally released from prison. Ethiopian Channel migrant Hadush Kebatu was in Britain for just a few days when he went on a sex assault spree targeting a young girl in school uniform. Now, it prompted huge protests outside the Bell Hotel in Epping.
What do we want? Deported! What do we want? Deported! When do we want them? Now! What do we want? Deported! When do we want them? Now! What do we want? Deported! When do we want them? Now! Send them back!
And if you remember, his case actually sparked huge protests right across the country. It actually helped to spark the Raise the Colours movement, didn't it? Where people basically said, enough is enough, we don't want Britain to be a dumping ground for foreign sex criminals anymore. And yet, here we are. He was meant to be sent to an immigration detention centre to be deported, but instead, they just accidentally let him go. Apparently, there was an error with his paperwork. It's a human error. Well, I'll tell you what, it's an absolute whopper, isn't it? We've all had bad days at the office, but good grief, this is awful. Just look at his face, OK? That is it. Everyone knows who he is. He's been leading the news agenda for 4 months. How on earth did that prison officer not know that that is the one bloke you do not release? Seriously, shocking stuff. But this is why people are angry and scared, isn't it? Who is protecting us? Who is protecting our women and girls? It's 9:08 on a Friday night in London right now, and we have unleashed an Ethiopian sex offender to get on a train from Essex to London. Women will be getting ready for a night out, won't they, right now? And they've got to look after this guy. I mean, good grief. I mean, we can't stop sex offenders breaking into Britain. We can't stop them sexually assaulting young girls, apparently. We can't even keep them in prison. We can't deport them. Britain is broken. And
using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private network, is a bit like taking to the road without car insurance. All it takes is one unlucky moment to cost you a lot of cash. This video's sponsor is Private Internet Access. They are the VPN to help keep you safe. Click the link in the description below to find out why over 30 million people have downloaded PIA to protect themselves online. A virtual private network is an app that hides your IP address and helps keep your data private. When you're browsing the internet at home, you give up a large amount of data to businesses, to shops, and indeed to social media giants too. Hackers have the ability to steal your personal data with ease, including sensitive information such as passwords, keystrokes, and even your personal photos. Private Internet Access helps protect your personal data by encrypting your internet connection to keep your data out of the hands of cyber criminals. And it's not just hackers either to be concerned about. Information can be censored too. When Canada passed their C18 bill, social media giants decided to ban news content on their platforms. But PIA can protect your ability to consume the news and content you love. Private Internet Access is available for Windows users, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and you can use one PIA subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices. And we've got a huge GB News discount for you too. Click the link in this video's description and you'll get a massive 83% off PIA. That's under £2 a month, the price of a coffee, and you'll get an extra 4 months completely free on top. Also, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee too. Visit piavpn.com/GB News to start protecting yourself digitally today.
Before I go to my audience, who I'm sure are chomping at the bit to try to get out of this, and my panel, I want to go to a local resident in Chelmsford, who is Emma Parr, who joins us down the line now. Emma, thank you very, very much. Now, we're going to play a video whilst you're talking, which appears to show this Ethiopian man having been released just after midday today in his prison sweats and carrying a bag of possessions, just prowling the streets. So you were sent this video. You're a local resident, are you? What are you feeling right now?
So I'm a local resident in Chelmsford, and I go out mainly on my lunch breaks and document things that are happening and speak to local businesses. Today I was actually in Chelmsford talking to the local sort of shops and things like that, find out what's been going on. And then because of my raising awareness, I was actually sent this video. So I went home and sort of looked and thought, is this him? I then sent it to a couple of groups and was like, guys, is this him? So then I released it on X, and it turns out it was him. So there's obviously been quite a lot of outrage in Chelmsford, and it also sort of coincides with the guys obviously releasing stuff on YouTube the past couple of weeks. So Chelmsford are sort of a lot more is being raised in Chelmsford at the moment, which is good.
Well, one of the other issues is that apparently after he was released by mistake, they made no attempt to inform the victims or their families that this guy was now back out and about in the area.
Yes, correct. So because of my raising awareness, I've had people reach out to me today. So I talked to a lot of taxi drivers, and they said that the police was actually going round to the taxi drivers asking them if they'd seen him, but they hadn't actually released it to the press, which was insane. And then you have our MP writing to the Home Office today talking about hospitals and parking at hospitals. She doesn't seem to be worried about this. I've actually been writing to her for weeks on end about these issues, and she just doesn't seem to be worried at all.
Yeah, so on the day of arguably the biggest cock-up in recent justice history in this country, you're saying that your local MP claims a bit more about hospital parking, which I admit is a big issue, but obviously probably shouldn't be front and centre of their minds today. Look, who do you hold responsible for this? We understand that a prison officer has been suspended at the moment. Do you think this problem goes a bit deeper than just one person?
I think everyone's turning blind eyes, to be honest. Everyone's turning blind eyed in Chelmsford. It wasn't for the guys actually doing the YouTubes recently. No one would really know. So I've been raising awareness, doing videos and things like that. But people were just turning blind eye to it constantly. So for the past 2 weeks, it's really been a lot of awareness has been raised. And it's sad that, you know, the victim actually had to find out through social media rather than being informed by the police. I do feel really sorry for the family. And I feel sorry for the people that have, you know, maybe seen him today and been too scared to call the police. You know, someone must have seen him today. You know, you saw in the video that the guys were actually pointing him towards the train station. Yeah. Someone must have known it was him. I mean, obviously someone did, because they filmed it and sent it to me, and actually someone that comes on your show.
Yeah. Well, just on that, Emma, I just want to tease ahead to something that we've got, because Adam Brooks is outside the Bell Hotel in Epping, where this all started in a way. So we're going to go to him in about the next 10 or 15 minutes there to see what the reaction of locals is like. You're right to say that we appear to have caught on camera the moment that he was pointed in the direction of the train station. As we understand it, he got on that train at about 12:41 p.m. today. Yeah. That train was headed to London. London's a city of about 9 million people, or at least those are the ones that we know about anyway. And he's here now, so you know he could just be anywhere. It's dark outside now. This guy is going to be prowling the streets this weekend, and people, you know, dare I say it, Emma, a bit like yourself, who were raising concerns about this months ago. You were being called racist, you're being called fascist, etc.
Yeah, I've had abuse today on my social media today about it from people that I went to school with. It's actually disgusting.
But tonight and today, your worst fears have come true, haven't they, I think?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been out raising awareness about this constantly. You know, I see children walking down the streets and, you know, I just say, please be careful, please be careful. I have women constantly inboxing me saying that they're concerned about their children. There's been reports of indecent exposure in Chelmsford, and now it's happened. But to be fair, I'm actually, in a way, I'm glad it's happened in Chelmsford, because we're finally on the map. And do you know what? That yellow on the map is turning turquoise.
Right, I see what you're saying. Well, look, Emma, thank you very, very much. It's Emma Parr, though, who's a local resident, who was one of the first people to be sent and then share that now kind of morbidly iconic video of the Ethiopian man just prowling the streets again, literally in prison sweatpants, carrying the prison bag. I mean, you could not make this up. Emma, all the best, all right? Take care.
Thank you so much, and thank you for what you've done. Thank you.
All right, take care, Emma.